Where'd you live before you came around here?
All over.
Got a piece of chocolate. We're gonna go into town.
Want to take the little kids too?
Who are you calling a little kid?
I was talking to you, little fella.
They're all going to town. Like one big happy family. Let's go, guys.
La-di-da.
Tonight, the adventure of Phantomos continues. We rejoin the family, known as the Flywheel family, in that little log cabin, and we provide you with some very special musical entertainment. All this and more this evening on CINEKYD Television Theater.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of CINEKYD Television Theater. I'm Bob Clark, the Executive Director of CINEKYD Enterprises Incorporated, and I'm so pleased to welcome you to tonight's cablecast. This evening, we provide you with a bright array of the stars of tomorrow, our kids, who are responsible for this show. This 30-minute cable enterprise is designed entirely by young people who range in age from 7 to 17 years. They're our kids, and they come to us from 40 neighboring communities. This is, in every sense of the word, their show. To start off, we rejoin the Mallory family, Justin and Christopher Mallory in particular, as they come very close now to discovering the true identity of their father, and as they begin anew the search for the identity of the Raven. Join us now for Phantomos.
Resting? Yeah.
Need some company?
Sure.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
You know, the doctor thinks you should be out of bed by now.
Well, I guess I'm not healing as fast as the doctor thought I would be.
Donald, maybe you should try and get up and about.
I guess.
Think of all the things you're missing. Being outside, being with your friends, school.
I don't miss anything about school.
Donald, sometimes things aren't the way they seem.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
So what do you think?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Make up your mind.
I'll think about it. buddies.
I think I saw him over there.
There he is.
Hey, Rich. We were looking for you.
Hi, guys. Been right here.
Isn't that, CINEKYD L?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what were you guys talking about?
I wasn't talking to him.
But we saw you standing here talking with him.
Oh. We were just standing near each other. I mean, why would I want to date him?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, want to go to the arcade?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's go.
Well, you wanted to see what was behind the fireplace. Well, who else knows this room is here? No one.
No one?
Well, what is it? It was your father's.
Dad's? Well, what'd you use it for? To get away from Mom?
No, not quite. I think you better sit down. I have something to tell you two. I'm the only one who knows, and you two are the only people who would believe it. Your father was everything you ever thought he was, and more. He was a fine man, great businessman, and a loving husband and father. And one more thing. Do you remember when you were younger, hearing about a character who used to leap from building to building and used to help the cops out with robbers and criminals? Someone called Phantomos?
Yeah, I remember. What were we, 5 or 6? He was in the news.
What is this, Redfield? Yeah, we heard about him, but no one ever really believed that he existed.
Not only did he exist, your father was Phantomos.
Right now, to answer the question, how does one produce a television show with young people? We'd like to share with you a series that is indeed the creation of our young people and takes us behind the cameras and into the makeup areas and the building of sets and the general construction of things to share with you the opportunity to see how things happen at CINEKYD and, moreover, to meet some of the young people who are a part of this organization. And we call this Behind the Scenes.
CINEKYD has always always expanding. We have taken over the whole building. Who knows what's next? The area we have been working on will be used as a business office, and we'll have a room just for our Board of Trustees, a business office for Mrs. Weaver, and a reception area, and a couple other offices.
I painted the ceiling along with Lee Burnett and Paula Coleman, and I cleaned the floor.
Did the walls, and I swept and cleaned the windows.
I was involved in the early stages of fixing it up. I did a lot of the cleaning up, and I was one of the ones that painted it. I also chose the color of paint, which would be the office, which is camel coat.
CINEKYD has pretty much taken over this building.
Other than take over all of Willow Grove, I can't think of where else we would go. We've used up the building, other than the garage bays, 2 of which are not ours, and that is the only thing left, except for the front building.
The things that have to be moved out from the upstairs to the new area are the front desk and the front office area, and also the business office. In the business office, there's already a video editing station, and they've kind of been conflicting for a while, so it'll just be the video editing station in there. And the front desk and the front office area are going to be converted into staff members' office areas.
Well, the office is upstairs. The business office will be moved downstairs to the new business area. And then the new area that was being shared by the business office and the editing room will become strictly an editing facility. The front area of the reception area will move downstairs also.
Well, so far it's taken us about 3 months. It took us 5 weeks to do the painting because it was cinder block, and cinder block soaks up paint. And construction is still going on and probably will be for about 3 or 4 months. To get the money to restore the new area, we started a fundraising drive called Buy a Brick. And what it was you would send in a certain donation, $20, $5, maybe $50. And when it's all finished, you will have a brick with your name engraved on the brick, and it'll be down in the new office area. And that's where most of the money, I would think, is coming from.
Kids and adults work together to move the organization to here at 129 Sherwood Road. Over the next few years, we expanded our facilities as our enrollments grew, like building a home brick by brick, until, as we always knew we would, we occupied the entire building. When it comes to meeting CINEKYD's overhead expenses, we have 2 choices. We could raise all our income from tuition fees, but even though our professional staff is entirely volunteer, our costs continue to rise. Rising tuitions would mean that more and more families would be unable to afford us. We'd end up with an elitist and very expensive program, and that's not what we want, so that's why we've stuck to the other route. We keep tuition as low as possible by supplementing that income through outside sources. These diverse sources provide us with a solid financial support, but each of them requires efficient administration. So the only way we can continue to grow is to provide an environment for our financial people in which they can operate efficiently. So we're turning this former lawnmower repair shop into a business suite. As always, we're doing the work ourselves, and that's where you have a chance to help out. Share that feeling with us. Buy a brick.
In my opinion, we've made our manifest destiny in this building.
I think it was a fantastic move for CINEKYD because this way all the business matters are down at the first level. Okay, now, you've had a chance to see how it's done, and you've had an opportunity to see some of the kids. Now, let's return and see one of the things that they've produced for, lo, these many years. This is a series that goes back to the very first year that we ever did a cable television show. And that's about 4 or 5 years ago. It's the oldest, the longest running series that we have. Join me as we venture to a little log cabin nestled along the shores of a quiet lake under some spreading chestnut trees. Come with me as we meet the Flywheel family.
Hey, what's up?
You want to play some basketball?
I don't play basketball.
How about some soccer? We'll kick the ball around.
Nah,
Baseball?
not really into sports.
Oh, well, I'll see if I can get the keys to the truck. We can go into town or something.
Do you have any arcades?
I don't know. Let's see if I can get the keys first. Be right back.
How long you been smoking? Huh? I said, how long have you been smoking? I don't smoke. Of course you don't. So, where'd you live before you came around here? All over.
Got the keys to the truck. We're gonna go into town.
Want to take the little kids too? Who are you calling a little kid? I was talking to you, little fella.
They're all going to town. Like one big happy family. Let's go, guys.
La-di-da.
It's not going very well, is it?
No, not at all. He's so much different than Bucky. In fact, he's not like any of the other children.
Just give it time. It'll work out.
I hope you're right.
This Friday and Saturday night, a special CINEKYD presentation.
What is the secret of this enchanted book? What wonders are hidden within its pages? What magical spell does it cast on all who read it? What is the secret of the never-ending story?
But that's impossible!
You will enter a world where a young boy's imagination becomes a vivid reality. The world of Atreyu and Artax, a rock biter, and a good and kind gnome. A world that is vast and eternal, treacherous and dazzling, unforgettable and free. For anyone who's ever made a wish, believed in a fantasy, or had a dream, this is the never-ending story.
Admission is by donation of $3. The doors open at 7 o'clock and the show starts promptly at 7:30. For more information, call 659-4696. The Never-Ending Story at CINEKYD's Family Movie Night. Don't miss it.
Use this as an opportunity to visit the CINEKYD campus, and perhaps if you are a young person between the ages of 7 and 17, this will give you a chance to consider becoming a part of the wonderful world of CINEKYD. And before I leave you, I'd like to explain one little thing. At the conclusion of tonight's program, occasionally at the conclusion of a number of our shows, immediately after the credits, we cut away to the scenes you didn't see. And this is a rather growing collection of bloopers, those cuts and cutaways that didn't quite work, but we thought you might enjoy. We all make mistakes, and of course, we profit by them if we learn to laugh at them. Until next week then, same time, same cable channel. This is Bob Clark.
Try my balancing act with this. Rolling.
All right, this is
It's only 2 cookies left. Wait a minute, I just have to pick it up so I don't step on it.
Phantomos. Well, you're not going to eat them, so you can put it back.
I mean,
This is the scene where Amy brings up the cookies.
try milk and milk. None of these are magazines here. He was already reading them. So what's the difference?
1:30:85. Scene 1 of 2. Master. And this is a test of Pat Gannon's reflexes. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah. Sam on the camera 2, and Tom on portable, and we shot and see how far we
Sam. I wasn't listening.
Hi, Sam. Okay,
Hi.
quiet, please.
What were you saying?
To a serious level.
Sam.
Let's keep it to a serious
Yeah, but
level.
what was he saying?
Your camera too.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Sometimes things don't always. Oh my God.
Do that line again. 5, 4, 3,
2.
Stop.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Donald, sometimes things aren't always the way they seem.
5, 4. It's either sometimes or always. Not both.
Wait a minute. What is it like?
Sometimes things aren't as they seem.
Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, no, black lines. You can't see my eyes. I don't want people to know who I am. Come on, ask me questions.
I'm Mark Weaver.
How's that?
Oh, I was supposed to look at you. Wait, I got to do that again now, okay? Because I was supposed to look at her.
Making the shot. Do it again. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Now what?
Now, next person comes in.
And shut the door.
Cut, do it again.
Wait, when he leaves.
No, not yet.
Can you do me just a little small favor? And see, I'm gonna go in the storage room. And just don't.
Not yet. Not yet.
Can you do me just a little small favor?